What's up, YouTube? This is James, and I'm back with another reaction video. This is Rin for Joe. So I've been seeing in the comments a lot of people saying 13 and do both, and I was so confused. And then I started thinking 13, and I looked at the name of the song, which that's the reason why you wouldn't say it. I think if we're talking about the same thing, 13 Reasons Why. And the only thing I could find is this whenever I typed in acoustic and the name of that song, or number 13 or whatever, and I have a feeling by the name of it that it goes along with that song, or is maybe the acoustic version, they just titled it differently. So hopefully I figured out what the hell you guys are talking about and this is what you meant. And if not, then we're just doing another reaction, and that's cool because it's Ren and we're here for it. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that fun stuff if you want. Let's go. This is gonna be heavy, huh? So this sounds like some Celtic, I believe it, Celtic stuff, which is his motherland, from what I've read in the comments and from you guys. I still need to watch some of the interviews that you guys told me to check out, and I really want to. I want to dig into them because I want to know more about his health issues and stuff. I'm gonna make a mental note to do that tonight, actually. But this is nice seeing him play the piano and show off some more of his skills, singing skills. And playing
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside the trunk, inside the pickup truck, then dumped that whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility.
I think about that moment, what it must have been like looking down and the feeling of tranquility, something to that effect. That's crazy. Like nothing to break down, but just a crazy bar.
Vividly, what it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you.
One movement to expose our fragility. I'm gonna try not to pause anymore, like a lot, but I need to. It's story time. Man, that's so true, because like one movement to expose your fragility. Like if you ever think about it, how true is that? Because like back in the day, I did social work, and I moved to North Carolina and started a new job. It was training. And in the training, like, I forget the question, but the person raised their hand and they were like, I think every person is like one incident or just one, like, something happening to them from losing everything, totally losing it. And I was like, you know what? I disagree with that. And argued my point, blah, 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 whatever. And I just remembered that because years later, one thing happened to me and completely changed my life. And every argument that I made to that person that day, out the window. Didn't matter. She was right, 100%. But just to say, like, sometimes listen to the other person's perspective a little more. Don't think you know everything. And to his point, it just takes one thing.
Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as hell. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Justin, Sega, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. Distance is my plaster cast, to tell the truth. The day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find the anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine, not the way that it worked. I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I can find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you, absurd, fuck.
I love when artists are vulnerable, like, to the fullest, and this is an example of that. Like, off the top of my head, there aren't too many I can think of that are like that, at least not mainstream. Maybe Ed Sheeran sometimes, especially when his friend passed recently, but not too many. Some vulnerable in different ways.
Another domino, it falls. Across the way another's born. How you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong.
Okay, I'm gonna run this back and maybe break down a little bit, hopefully, before it changes.
Give it courage.
I think I went far enough there. Hopefully. There we go.
Others born, how you're supposed to raise a child and give it courage from a storm. In a world that is confusing, contradictions pave our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some
will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. And it's usually the same people, right?
Our flaws. Some will say we're only human, others judge us for our flaws. Some get born in sheets of satin, some get by in tattered clothes. Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes.
Some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. What do you guys think about that line? Like, do you know anyone like that? And what does that even mean to some people? Like, I could think of people who have told me, like, I've never left my hometown, you know? Or like people that live like in Compton, California, which is just a few miles from the beach, and I've never been to the beach. It's crazy.
Get by in tattered clothes, some will die before they live, that's just how the story goes. But for those of us still with us, who reside inside our hearts, tell them proudly how you feel. And for those of us who aren't, freckled angels stand strong, freckled angels live on, freckled angels climb higher, freckled angels still inspire, freckled angels won't forget you, teach me to live my life better. 13 years and still I miss you, now my wings are missing feather, otherwise I'd come and join you. But for now I'm here on earth, stuck inside this mortal body, but for everything it's worth. Made me braver, made me wiser, made me stronger, made me true, made me face the world with courage, and that's all because of you.
Sounds good.
Freckled angels laugh the hardest, and their hearts, they are the largest. With their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be.
Help me out. So it was the person that passed that freckles, or does that mean anything? Just curious. Let me know in the comments.
Their wings, they fly the farthest. So I know you're gonna be okay. Freckled angels live the longest, and their minds, they are the strongest. Oh, their friends, they are the fondest. So I know you're gonna be okay.
Wow. Alright, that was Rin. It's called For Joe. I think that basically is part 2 of, let's say, 13. Because I think that's the way we're supposed to say it on YouTube. It was a great rendition, great song. Added a verse or two to it. And that was actually the point of the song, the original song, when that started, that I actually really started getting into it. So it just kind of expanded on that, which was dope. So I'm glad I jumped onto this, and just more good stuff coming from Ren. I mean, it hasn't missed yet. I don't know if it's even possible. Very few artists I could say that about. Really, I think the only artists I could say that about that are the ones that I've been reacting to recently, and then like Eminem, obviously never misses. Who else? And there's a few that I think never miss that you would never hear of, probably never heard of, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll get to get a notification whenever I put out run videos. Yay! Until next time, guys. Deuces.